there is a recently uncovered phenomenon of saffron terrorism that has been implicated in many bomb blasts of the past.
हमारे पास ये रिपोर्ट आ गई है इन्वेस्टिगेशन में, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो या आरएसएस के हो, उनकी जो ट्रेनिंग कैंप है वो हिंदू टेररिज्म बढ़ाने का काम देख रहे हैं।
हम उनसे पूछते हैं कि हर हिंदू तो आतंकवादी नहीं होता, लेकिन जितने हिंदू आतंकवादी पकड़े जाते हैं वो सब संघी क्यों है, ये हमें बता दो।
देश का काम करो भाइयों, ठीक है, और कुछ नहीं है, देश के सिवा और कुछ नहीं है, ये अपना देश है, हमने काम करना चाहिए।
Viewers, the army has cleared Colonel Shrikant Purohit for promotion. Let that sink in. The man who was arrested, tortured, vilified, stripped of his uniform. He was called the face of Hindu terror, saffron terror. The same man has now been vindicated by the very institution that wears the tricolor on its chest, the army, our armed forces. But while we celebrate, let us remember, viewers, what was done to Shrikant Purohit and who did it. Colonel Purohit was not just arrested. This was not an ordinary arrest. He was destroyed systematically, viewers, deliberately by people in power who needed a narrative. They needed a story, a script. And that story was called Hindu terror, saffron terror. Think about it for a moment. An army officer, a man who served this nation in counterintelligence, a man who risked his life infiltrating terror networks to protect us, was picked up, thrown in the jail, and paraded as a terrorist. And let us name the names, because they must never be forgotten. Mr. Chidambaram, P. Chidambaram, former Home Minister of India, the man who oversaw the entire machinery that concocted this narrative. It was under his watch, viewers, that the term saffron terror was planted, nurtured, and handed to an ecosystem, a lobby that amplified it. Digvijaya Singh, the next name, went to town to poison the national discourse. You heard what he said. Sushil Kumar Shinde, who said that BJP and RSS were running terror training camps. Viewers, this was a conspiracy, a calculated, cold-blooded political conspiracy to brand an entire community as terrorists and to use to misuse the state machinery, the police, the investigative agencies, to make it stick. And it almost worked. Colonel Purohit spent 9 years in jail, 9 years without bail, without justice. His family shattered. His reputation was destroyed. His career almost stolen, viewers. Even Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur was picked up, jailed. She claims that she was tortured in custody for a crime she did not commit, for a narrative that was manufactured in political offices. Rahul Gandhi, and that's the tweet, branded her a terrorist even before the courts had taken a view. The courts eventually, as you know, acquitted her. But that's Rahul Gandhi's post calling Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur a terrorist. The courts acquitted Colonel Purohit. The entire architecture of Hindu terror, saffron terror, built with lies and cemented with malice, is now crumbling. But viewers, where is the apology? Why is Mr. Chidambaram silent? Will he ever look at Colonel Purohit and say, look, I was wrong, I am sorry? Should he not do that? Are we asking too much? And where is the larger ecosystem, viewers, that amplified this saffron terror theory? They gave legitimacy to it. Who called anyone questioning the narrative a bhakt, a nationalist, a bigot? Where are they today? Viewers, what was done to Colonel Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya was not just a legal wrong. Obviously, it was one. This was an attempt to paint a faith as dangerous. This was an attempt to, to brand our army officers, our patriots as terrorists. And viewers, the people who launched this assault have not paid a single price. but they could not destroy Colonel Purohit's spine, a man who sat in prison for 9 years and refused to break. He refused to accept a lie as his truth. Colonel Purohit refused to surrender his honor even when the entire system was against him. And today, the army, that great institution that never abandons its own, has signaled that this man deserves his rank. This man deserves his dignity. This man is one of ours. And that really is the real response to the saffron terror propaganda. Let's open this up. Shehzad Poonawala, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ratan Shardaji, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress Party, Talha Rashadi, spokesperson of the Rashtriya Ulama Council, Umar Junaidi ji, political analyst, and Dr. Anand Ranganathan, the gift of JNU to TV channels, completes the panel. Let's, begin with Ashwini ji. Mr. Mishra, you must be heartbroken today that the theory that was propounded by the Congress Party, your top leaders, is crumbling before your eyes.
Pranesh, that theory was propounded by Mr. R.K. Singh, who was then Sachiv, and later he joined BJP. He was in BJP for quite some time, and then eventually he was kicked out from BJP as well. So it was not propounded by Congress Party, and terrorism doesn't belong to a single region. Anyone can be terrorist. Anyone who kills innocent people based on region or religion, based on certain belief, is a terrorist. There's a guy called Chetan Sharma who killed certain people in a train, asking their religion. This is as bad as terrorist. So terrorism doesn't have a religion, and there has been an ample number of cases in our country, or other, I would say, cases where people are acquitted after suspected to be involved in terrorist activities. Those people belong to different communities. So I don't think you specifically need to get into the details of one particular individuals, because that fits your narrative. Because
why should it not fit your narrative? 1 minute. Are you not part of this country? Here's an army officer whose honor has been restored. Why should it only fit my narrative? Why are you counting yourself out of this narrative? What's wrong with this narrative? This is the India narrative. An army officer has been acquitted by the court. He was framed by the system. And Ashwini ji, you're blaming one bureaucrat. Was Mr. Chidambaram the Home Secretary, or was he the Home Minister? Who orders whom?
Pranesh, these are all law and order issues.
Law and order issue?
Which is taken by those...
Rahul Gandhi branded Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur a terrorist. This was a law and order issue. Are you saying that Rahul's handle was being run by R.K. Singh? R.K. Singh was posting this tweet from Rahul Gandhi's handle. This is a law and order issue?
Pranesh, when Sadhvi Pragya was selected as a member of parliament, she had an allegation of being involved in
Ashwini ji, that is an allegation.
Likewise,
see, you have more sense than the person who put out this post. An allegation is an allegation is an allegation. How can you call someone terrorist?
Then you tell me why you have been debating calling guys like Shajil Imam or similar kind of folks.
I have never called Sharjeel Imam a terrorist. I'll tell you the people that I called terrorists. Afzal Guru, Yaqub Memon, Burhan Wani. These are terrorists, and I call them out on my show. How can you defend Rahul Gandhi? Look at what we've highlighted. Terrorist Pragya. Think about it. इसका कोई explanation है नहीं अश्विनी जी, but आपके पास कुछ समय है, आप सोचिए. ताला रशादी, army officer was framed by the system. Saffron terror, Hindu terror, these terms were coined. सच्चाई सामने आ रही है.
Good evening, everyone. When Islamic terrorism or Islamist terrorism would be coined, then there would be a reaction also. There would be Hindu terrorism or saffron terrorism. So that's part and parcel of the same thing. As far as this...
No, 1 minute. How is it part and parcel? 1 minute. Are you saying Hindu terror has been coined to counter Islamic terror or Islamist terror? What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm only telling you the truth. The practical truth, the thing, the terminology that is in practice in the nation and given by the media itself. The problem here is that you are.
This was not given by the media, sir. This was given by the UPA, who's who, the top leaders of the Congress party. Mr. Chidambaram, Sushil Kumar Shinde.
The media is used to highlight the issue as Hindutva terror or saffron terror. It wasn't a particular person or a particular party. So you can blame the media of those times. Shahzad is sitting here. Shahzad himself used to say the same thing. He used to call Sadhvi Pragya as an accused terrorist. He won't.
तो उनको समझ में आ गई ना सर, आप कब समझेंगे? उनको समझ में आ गई किसी से गलती हो सकती है, ताला भाई। उनको समझ में आ गई, उन्होंने करेक्ट कर लिया। आप भी मान जाइए, बोलिए मुझसे गलती हुई है।
मुझे बोल तो लेने दीजिए 30 सेकंड, मेरा जुमला तो पूरा हो जाने दीजिए।
जुमला अलाउ नहीं करूंगा मैं, यहां पे जवाब दीजिए।
सर जवाब देने देंगे सब ना, आप मसला ये कि बोलना ही नहीं देते। मैं बस 30 सेकंड मुझे नॉन स्टॉप दे दीजिए, उसके बाद आप जो बोलेंगे मैं सुन लूंगा। मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि ठीक है, कोर्ट ने कर्नल पुरोहित को अक्विट कर दिया। There are more than the majority. The conviction rate of the Muslims in the terrorism charges is below 10%. 90% of the Muslim youths who have to stay in jail for 20 years, 30 years, they come out as acquitted. If there is a system being projected for rehabilitation, for compensation, for giving back the dignity and the respect, the same should apply to everyone, the Muslim youths also. Why don't you talk about that also? आप ये देखिए, मुंबई का जो ट्रेन ब्लास्ट था उसमें देवर डॉक्टर्स, देवर इंजीनियर्स, देवर MBAs, देवर हाईली क्वालिफाइड Muslim youth. Those have been acquitted after 19 years, but there's no one debating for their dignity.
Sir, the Maharashtra government has filed an appeal in the case. महाराष्ट्र में कौन सी सरकार है बताइए? नहीं, कौन सी सरकार है? आप बताइए, महाराष्ट्र में सरकार कौन सी है?
बीजेपी की सरकार है।
That government has filed an appeal in the court. You are not answering my question. आप बताइए, हिंदू टेरर होता है? क्या होता है हिंदू टेरर?
दिस इज दी हिपोक्रेसी की साध्वी प्रज्ञा के खिलाफ अपील नहीं करेंगे। अपने सांसद, अपने नेता के खिलाफ बीजेपी अपील करेगी। क्यों नहीं अपील कर रही है? MP में बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट है, महाराष्ट्र में बीजेपी की गवर्नमेंट है। मुसलमान नाम आया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट पहुंच गए, साध्वी प्रज्ञा को अक्विटल का तमगा दे रहे हैं, उनको कर्नल पुरोहित को प्रमोशन देंगे। यही तो आयरनी है, यही तो हिपोक्रेसी है। शहजाद जवाब देंगे क्यों नहीं?
शहजाद तो जवाब देंगे। अभी आपने शुरू में पहले ये कहा कि जो मुस्लिम यूथ हैं वो अक्विट हो जाते हैं, तो आपको जुडिशरी पे भरोसा है, लेकिन आप अपने आर्ग्यूमेंट को सपोर्ट करने के लिए देखिए अभी आप क्या बोल रहे हैं कि फंसाया जाता है, ऐसे किया जाता है। मैं आपसे सीधा सवाल पूछ रहा हूं, हिंदू टेरर क्या होता है?
मेरे देखिए, माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज नो हिंदू टेरर और मुस्लिम टेरर और इस्लामिक टेरर और सैफरन टेरर. Terror is terror.
No, there is Islamist terror. No, Mr. Tala Rashadi, I'm sorry, there is Islamist terror.
No. You are highly, sir, this is your prejudice. This is your prejudice, and I would call it as an Islamophobia. There's no Islamic terror, Islamic terrorism. There's no definition as such. This is a definition given by the Islamophobic Western media.
Western media? We have Western media? Western media बोल दिया अब आपने मुझे. और उमर जुनैदी Mr. Junaidi, will you say something?
Yes, please.
बोलिए सर, सवाल तो वही है, कितने बार मैं रिपीट करूं?
ना, मैं ठीक से सुन नहीं पाया सर।
चलिए ठीक से सुनिए, हिंदू टेरर क्या होता है? व्हाट इज हिंदू टेरर?
हिंदू टेरर वही होता है जो इस्लामिक टेररिस्ट होता है सर। जो इस्लाम के नाम पे टेररिज्म करते हैं वो इस्लामिक इस्लामिस्ट टेररिज्म हो जाता है। जो हिंदुत्व के नाम पे करते हैं वो हिंदू टेरर हो जाता है सर। सिंपल एज दैट।
एग्जांपल्स?
देयर माइट बी एग्जांपल्स।
मैं दूं आपको इस्लामिस्ट टेरर का एग्जांपल दूं?
आई हैव नेवर कॉइंड एनी टेररिज्म एज हिंदू और मुस्लिम, so I don't have any example.
अभी आप बोल रहे थे, अभी तो आपने बोला when I asked you for an example, now you say that there is no such thing. Make up your mind. What do you think? 1 minute, Mr. Junaidi, listen to me. We are discussing how Colonel Purohit was framed by the system, how he was acquitted, how the army is now going to promote him.
So exactly the question is, a guy from Gulbarga named Nisar was in jail for 20 years. He was acquitted. Now, after this news, he is asking, where is my compensation? Colonel Purohit is getting the promotion. I have spent my life for 20 years of life in jail. Where is my promotion? Where is my compensation? So there are the people who were named as Islamic terrorists. They were acquitted. The question is asked by them. So now why only Purohit? Why not all of them who have been acquitted by the courts? That they were not the terrorists. Why?
But you're not understanding my question, Mr. Junaidi. I'm asking you, is there something as Hindu terror? It's a simple question.
The simple question is, I have never coined the term as Hindu terror.
You just said.
People do as Islamic.
You just said. Listen to what you said after the show ends. Now, who do I turn to? Let's start with Shehzad Poonawala. Shehzad Poonawala.
देखिए ऐसा है कि just now somebody said that Hindu terror is the same as what is Islamist terror or Islamic terror. Islamic terror का examples है लश्कर तैयबा, जैश ए मोहम्मद, अल कायदा, हुजी, इंडियन मुजाहिदीन, आइसिस. I have just given very handful of names. आप मुझे 5 नाम हिंदू टेरर ग्रुप्स के जिसका एक भी टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी या कन्विक्शन हुआ है वो बता दीजिए. Secondly, let me tell you what exactly happened 17 years ago. We remember that there was a number of Islamic jihadi terrorist attacks, including the biggest one of 26/11. The UPA had failed completely to control them or to implicate Pakistan properly. Instead of implicating and giving Pakistan a hard time, what they did was that they did the monkey balancing of bringing in and concocting what is Hindu terror. And then you would see the statements of Rahul Gandhi, Lashkar-e-Taiba is less dangerous, Hindu terrorists are more dangerous, Chidambaram, Sushil Kumar Shinde, and the entire paraphernalia of UPA, which concocted Hindu terror. Not only did they concoct this Hindu terror to whitewash actually Islamic jihad, then they tried to implicate nationalists. And I would like to refer one of the statements given on your channel, Pranesh, which was by an ex-ATS officer who came out and said that how he was pressurized to arrest even Mohan Bhagwat and RSS and Yogi Adityanath. By the way, his name is Mujibur, so he's a Muslim ex-ATS officer. After that, you would remember that in the case of Ishrat Jahan or many other terrorists, at that time, the UPA tried to give clean chit to Ishrat Jahan and they tried to implicate Narendra Modi or they tried to implicate RSS and other groups. And let me show you the double standards of these people. They say that there is no terrorist until the conviction is done. But like rightly you have shown, Rahul Gandhi called Sadhvi Pragya a terrorist even before conviction, and the same people are the ones who say Umar Khalid is innocent. In fact, they go on and say Afzal Guru is innocent. Afzal Guru has been convicted. Secondly, they say there's no religion of terror. Okay, there's no religion of terror. Then how come Hindu becomes lyncher? How come Hindu terror was coined? And R.K. Singh was the one who had said in 2013 itself that he had never used the term Hindu terror. Anyways, he's no longer in the BJP, but Chidambaram had used this term. I want to ask Mr. Ashwini Mishra, what do you say to Rahul Gandhi who said terrorist Sadhvi Pragya? Should he not apologize? Yes or no?
Ashwini ji, आप सोच लीजिए, मैं आ रहा हूं आपके पास. Dr. Ranganathan, you know how many debates we've had on this? Saffron terror, Hindu terror. Even when the army, says that this man is honorable, we will promote him, there is complete denial. Forget apology.
Good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I suppose you want the honest truth from me, don't you, Pranesh?
Which is why you're here, sir. Go ahead.
And the honest truth is that I actually hate Colonel Purohit. And I hate Colonel Purohit because every time I look at him, he reminds me of the country we are living in. It is a banana republic. I hate Colonel Purohit because he has forgiven the people who tortured him day in, day out, who twisted his private parts, who twisted his legs so that they bent 180 degrees, who hung him upside down, who denied him sleep, who blared music against him for 24 hours on end, week on week, and he has forgiven those people. He tests me. He tests my patience, and that is why I hate Colonel Purohit. I hate Colonel Purohit because every time I look at him, Pranesh, he reminds me that this is a state that made him rot in jail for 9 years without bail. And the same people in this state are crying hoarse by a man who wanted to decapitate the chicken's neck. Shahjil Imam has been denied bail by the same court 5 times. They call this state Banana Republic because Shahjil Imam and the other guy have been, I forget his name also, Umar Khalid, have been denied bail by the court. But there is complete pin drop silence when you tell them. What about Colonel Purohit? He rotted in jail for 9 years, denied bail, decorated military officer, and you called him a terrorist. That is why I hate Colonel Purohit. And I hate Colonel Purohit because every time I look at him, he reminds me that even today on this panel, I'm sorry to say, Pranesh, you are asking perfunctory apologies from the ex-Home Minister. Why are the people not behind bars who are responsible for torturing Colonel Purohit? Why are the people who planted RDX at his home are not behind bars? Is this not a banana republic? I tell you it is. And every time on your panel, there are people who say terrorism has no religion. I ask them, what was the basis on which the Pulwama terrorists were asking the people and sparing them if they were able to recite Kalma? On what basis were they pulling down the trousers and sparing people? Was that nothing to do with religion? How shallow can you be when at the same time you are looking for sensitivity and sympathy against people who've been wrongly incarcerated, and on there you spare Colonel Purohit and call him a terrorist? That is why, because you only wanted blatant honest truth from me, and the honest truth is that because he is a reflection of the nation we live in, I hate Colonel Purohit. I hate him.
I get your sentiment completely. Ratan Sharda, there are people on this panel who are still of the opinion that there is something as Hindu terror, saffron terror. You just heard them.
See, Pranesh, the first thing these people should have done, that they should have apologized for painting Hindu terror, saffron terror, which never existed, who justified torture of Sadi Pragya and Colonel Purohit, who is now brigadier. And I will tell you the kind of falsehood they say. They said R.K. Singh called, actually named Hindu terror. R.K. Singh was Home Secretary from 2011 to 2013. And who invented this Hindu terror label? Sharad Pawar in 1993 invented an extra bomb blast which never happened to show the balance between Islamic bombs and a Hindu bomb which was not there. Then in 2008, before Malegaon blast, he again said, talked about Hindu terror before Malegaon blast had taken place 6 months before that. Chidambaram talked of Hindu terror in 2010 before R.K. Singh was even on the scene. That is one part. Secondly, when they failed to stop any terror attack right from 2005 to 2006 to 2007 to 2008, 26/11 the cloud was crowning glory for Congress when they said this is RSS ki sajish, and they have never apologized for that. Digvijaya Singh still facing a defamation case in Mumbai for his remarks against RSS. Coming further, let me make a very broad point when we talk of what happens to patriots in India and what happens during the new government. That is very important. Remember Rambi Narayan? His career was stopped, destroyed, his life was destroyed, and he was charged with all falsification. Ultimately, he was decorated with Padma Bhushan by this government. Remember Homi Baba? Remember Mahalingam 2009? And remember Vikram Sarabhai, all 3 nuclear top scientists who lost their lives, which are brushed aside, never talked about. You want to hear further? 684 ISRO scientists, personnel died unnatural death in 15 years during Congress regime. During 2009 to 2013, 11 scientists from nuclear establishments disappeared, died with unknown reasons. And this is the government. This is how it rewards patriots, highly skilled scientists, and atomic and nuclear scientists and space scientists. And so this Colonel Purohit was a very small fry for them, who they could cook and fry. They had no shame at all, and there was not just he was given bail after 9 years, no charges are framed against him for 9 years. And who finally framed the charge after his bail? The charges are framed by NIA under BJP government, because that case had to have a final closure. So these people are totally shameless. They have no self-honor, they have no self-respect, they don't respect patriots, they don't respect nationalists, they don't respect anybody who fights for the country. 93,000 prisoners of war were released by Indira Gandhi without getting 54 prisoners of war Indians
Right.
rotting in jails. This is the history. So this is, for me, Colonel Purohit is sign of the same legacy of horrible Congress regime,
Right.
where patriots, where people who fight for the nation are dishonored.
Yeah, and you're right about this,
arrested.
this balancing mindset. I think Tala Rashadi or Umar Junaidi, someone said it, that because you have Islamist terror, you must have one Hindu or saffron terror. Dr. Ranganathan is saying something. Yes, sir.
I just want to say it is pointless to state the obvious, which many of the panelists have done. For how long will you continue to expose their double standards and hypocrisy? So I just want to shift the attention to one other sad aspect. And one of the reasons why there would be people like Colonel Purohit, many others who would continue to suffer in this country. Because the fact of the matter is, much as Ratan Sharda ji is my very dear friend and brother, there was one other man who also perpetrated the RSS ki sajish theory of 2611. And that man is currently in the BJP.
Kripa Shankar Singh.
Yes.
Yeah, Shahzad.
I agree. He is completely wrong on that. But to now say that that one statement is responsible for the torture of 17 years of Colonel Purohit would be completely unfair and would be allowing an escape route to those who have actually been behind the persecution of Colonel Purohit and a large number of innocent Hindus who were targeted deliberately. I just have one question to ask. Chalo, you are saying, Kripa Shankar Singh, he is acknowledging that his statement is wrong. Now I want that the same parameter be used on Rahul Gandhi. Ashwini Mishra, will Rahul Gandhi say that he specifically said Sadhvi Pragya was a terrorist? Is he wrong? Just ask him this question. And
Ashwini
this is the
ji?
fundamental difference between BJP and Congress.
Ashwini
Let's
ji?
have Ashwini Mishra say Rahul Gandhi was absolutely wrong for saying that Sadhvi Pragya
Mr.
is a terrorist.
Rashadi, I'm coming to you. Ashwini ji, do you want to answer that? What would you say?
Pranesh, anyone who is killing people based on his reason or religion belief is a terrorist, irrespective of the religion. Look at this man. His name is Chetan Singh. He killed a couple of people in a train because he believed those are inferior to him. Nathuram Godse was the first terrorist of independence India. There are people from across religions. So categorizing to one specific individual.
It's a specific question
right.
about Rahul Gandhi. Ye dekhiye, you have two options. You can, listen, I understand that, one has to, you can't go against your leader. So you have the option of saying Rahul Gandhi is right, Sadhvi Pragya is a terrorist. Say that. You don't have to say that Rahul Gandhi is wrong.
You can you say Shahzad Poonawalla or his BJP ecosystem is wrong when they call Sharjeel Imam or Umar Khalid or anyone whose trial hasn't begun? They have been debating them. They are terrorists. They are speaking about they are doing terrorist activities.
Sir, Sharjeel Imam, do you know what he said about Chechen's neck? Trial is one thing. The trial will ensure that you give him the terrorist tag. But people can question what Sharjeel Imam has said. That is not, something very patriotic that he said. Shahzad has a question for you.
Look, I have many disagreements and agreements with Anand Ranganathan, but he's an esteemed panelist and he asked me a direct question. And when Anand posed a direct question to me, I gave a direct answer, not fearing any repercussions, because if Kripa Shankar Singh or whoever it may be in the BJP, if they have made a wrong statement, it is a wrong statement. But now the same question has been turned and I have asked on a factual basis, based on your opening report, Pranesh, that Rahul Gandhi to went ahead and he said specific person is a convicted terrorist because she wears saffron. Now I want specific answer, because I'm sure Anand appreciates my specific question and specific answer, and I'm sure he will want that Rahul Gandhi par bhi ek specific answer ho. So Ashwini Mishra, stop this daily rubbish of changing the goalpost. Answer if Rahul Gandhi is absolutely wrong.
Ashwini ji, you must take a position, please. Let's not trivialize this. Is it responsible commentary on part of Rahul Gandhi to tag anyone he wishes to a terrorist?
Pranesh, I'm not trivializing the situation. I'm just exposing the hypocrisy of Bharatiya Janata Party. And
Sir, वो तो expose कर दिया ना आपने. वो तो expose कर दिया. अब इसमें भी कुछ बोल दीजिए. Let's put that Rahul Gandhi tweet on screen. Let's have it there. Yeah, that's the terrorist Pragya. इस पे कुछ बोलिए, sir.
Pranesh, let me finish. Let me finish. No, I will come to that also. When Burhan Wani was killed and Burhan Wani was called martyred by some political party, it was the Bharatiya Janata Party who were in government with them.
Mr. Mishra, I am asking you a question on Rahul Gandhi. You are going to Burhan Wani. You went to Godse. Who is defending these people? Ek minute, sir. Rahul Gandhi calling someone terrorist. Is that right, Dr. Ranganathan? Why is this hesitation?
Pranesh, I'll answer you exactly why this hesitation is there. Flanking me is my brother from BJP and brother from the RSS. Just ask a simple question to the Congressy Ashwini. Does he condemn Kharge's remark that RSS and BJP people are like snakes and should be killed by the Muslims, as told by Quran? Does he condemn it? Ask him.
I don't. RSS and BJP persons are creating the divide in country, which is like a poisonous snake can do.
And they must be killed.
Snake venom can do. So yes, those who will divide my nation, I will call them snake, a poisonous one.
And you call them snake and then you say that kill them, right? And this is Muhabbat ki Rajniti. Wonderful, sir. You know, you don't even need a party manifesto when, you know, people like you come on national TV and then defend the, you know, the shocking statements that we've seen. Tala Rashadi, Ashwini Mishra se jo maine do sawal puche about this post on Sadhvi Pragya, terrorist Pragya, and about Mr. Khadge saying what he said about RSS, BJP. What are your thoughts?
So my thoughts are the same which is of the BJP. When BJP gave ticket to Sadhvi Pragya and made her MP, member of parliament, when she was on bail in a terror-related case. She was an accused terrorist, but still BJP made her MP. Would Shehzad apologize on that? Would Shehzad also apologize and be specific? Why did he supported, believe that Sadhvi was a accused terrorist?
One minute. Accused terrorist, okay? Accused terrorist on bail. This is what you said. Tala Rashadi. बोल लीजिए आप क्या बोल रहे हैं?
Accused. The last point here is Dr. Ranganathan was talking about double standard and hypocrisy. He quoted the Pahalgam case, but he won't quote the Chetan Sharma case, who was a police officer. In his Vardi, he killed 3 Muslims, asked for their names, ensured that they were Muslims, and then
I get Dr. Ranganathan to answer that, but you know, to the first point that you were saying about terror accused, or you know, what did you say? Accused terrorist on bail. And why did the BJP give a ticket to someone who's on bail? Do you know in the National Herald's case, who are the people who are on bail?
Sir, National Herald case, is it a terror-related case? National Herald.
So मैं terrorist क्या बोल रहा हूँ, sir? I am not Rahul Gandhi. Am I saying that someone is a terrorist? Corruption. One minute. You're talking of the principle. Why are people who are on bail getting tickets, right? Rahul Gandhi is on bail in the National Herald case. सोच के सवाल पूछिए. You end up embarrassing yourself, Shehzad.
First of all, I, Pranesh, would request you and your team to now consider if you want to invite people who are openly advocating the killing of crores of Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS people by labeling them as snake. You are allowing and enabling this on television. So I would tell you to reconsider if such people are even worth calling on TV. Point number 1. Point number 2, look at the double standards. Human rights Umar Sharjeel का तब भी होता है, अफजल गुरु का तब भी होता है जब उनको कोर्ट से रिलीफ नहीं मिलती. But a Sadhvi who gets relief on court, she has not been convicted, should not be even touched with a barge pole because she is a Hindu, because she is swearing saffron. I am very proud that the BJP at that point of time and today continues to have faith that she was not involved in the case. Because had we sidelined her back then, it would have been falling into the trap of the entire narrative that this Congress caucus creates, that Hindus are terrorists. And I'm glad that for whatever, we have backed her and we have given her the ticket and she has been vindicated by court of law.
Tala Rasadi, you can clap all you want. You know, every time you clap, just see Rahul Gandhi's tweet calling Sadhvi Pragya a terrorist when the trial was still on. We'll have to move on. I thank some of you for joining us. Completely out of time on this one. Viewers, let's quickly shift our attention